Barbara Shapwaykeesic was 28 years old from a Bamatung First Nation when she was found murdered in a hotel in Thunder Bay in 1989. In the past, the Thunder Bay police have had notoriously poor relationships with Indigenous people. The death was deemed suspicious by police. Her alleged killer was arrested, but later released. Since then, it's unclear whether the case was even open or closed. We earlier covered another case, that of Alice Nedamagisic, where no information at all, with the exception of the location of Alice's remains and the fact that she had been discovered murdered, had been available. That is unclear even after an inquiry into the Thunder Bay Police Board, the entity charged with supervision over the Thunder Bay Police, by Senator Murray Sinclair, which called for essentially an overhaul of the board, their policies, and their methods of conducting business. This is all we currently know about Barbara's death, but I invite everyone to read Sinclair's report because it's really important to understand, how do we get here? The report shows a 50-year pattern of neglect, racism, and other problems that say a lot about how and why tensions built between the police and the community. Searches for missing people started 6 years after the person was last seen. Deaths written off as accidental despite witness testimony otherwise. Deaths written off as suicide or accident prior to any post-mortem being conducted. Unexplained deaths. A sergeant making prank phone calls of a sexual nature to a 911 operator. Sentencings that are very low for violent offenses against Indigenous people. And investigations that should have been started but just never were. Thunder Bay Police are currently engaged in an organizational change project, which is long overdue. And it did see changes in leadership and some other changes. We'll see in the next few months and years whether or not the reviews of the police and their board make a lasting positive change in the region. We certainly hope so, because it is essential if we are to get to a place where no more stolen sisters is fulfilled, that they fulfill that promise of change.